One of the best things about buying and holding real estate is monthly cash flow, and I'm talking about buy and hold strategies in this second video in my 10-part series on how to build wealth through real estate, so stick around. All right, welcome to part 2 in my series on how to build wealth through real estate. In part 1, I talked about wholesaling, getting started with a little cash and a little credit. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the buy and hold strategy, how to get monthly cash flow. So first of all, when you buy and hold a deal, when you hold on to real estate, you actually make money in not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different ways. At least 4 different ways. There might be more, but there's 4 main ways. The first one is that monthly cash flow. When you have a renter paying your rent and it is bigger than your expenses, that's money in your pocket every month. The second method you make money is through principal paydown. Every month you pay a mortgage, and you get the money from your tenant to cover that, your mortgage balance is going down. So you're making money by reducing the amount of money you owe to the bank. The third way you make money is in appreciation. Your asset is going up, right? There are times when markets go down, but overall, if you hold a real estate asset for a long time, it's going to appreciate. If you don't believe me, ask your parents what they paid for their house 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You will be shocked. All right, so you're making money through appreciation. The fourth way you make money is through depreciation. That sounds odd, right? Well, depreciation saves you on your tax bill. All right, depreciation is an expense for your taxes that you actually don't really have on your cash flow. So the IRS gives a certain life value to every type of real estate asset. For a home, it's 27.5 years. Every year you can take off, 1 divided by 27.5, the value of the building itself. All right, now when you do sell the asset, there's potential that you'll have to pay recapture gain tax on that. There's also potential that you can defer that tax by putting it into something else, but if you don't sell the house, you never have to worry about this and you save on your monthly cash flow. So those are the 4 ways that you make money by simply buying and holding real estate and letting your tenants pay. So what are some of the things to consider when you are considering a deal? All right, so if you watch part 1 in this series, it's important to learn how to analyze a deal. All right, whenever you're looking at potential rental properties, you want to make sure you're paying a fair price compared to what has recently sold. So you're going to study comparable solds, make sure you're not overpaying for the asset. Study the rental comps as well. All right, you need to know what other people are paying for rent, because you don't want to be over aggressive in your assumption. You want to be conservative on what the monthly income will be. Likewise, you got to know the rest of your rental numbers, right? What are your expenses going to be? What's your maintenance going to be? What are your management costs going to be? You need to look at all of these things and don't underestimate your expenses. And a lot of people will overestimate the revenue, what the rent will be, and they'll underestimate the expenses. When you do that, you'll end up doing a deal that's too thin. So don't do that. Steady your expenses, steady what the gross potential rents are. Remember to apply a vacancy factor. You can't assume that the property will be rented 100%. So put a vacancy factor in there. The other thing you want to make sure you do is that you have enough money to not only close the deal, but have reserves. All right, you need reserves in case there's not a tenant in there for a few months, in case there's an unexpected repair. You don't want to, the tenants move out, something breaks, and all of a sudden you want to sell the property, right? Because you did a lot of work to get it. So make sure you have reserves for each property that you get. Those are some of the basic things you consider when getting into a buy and hold. Another thing to consider, you may have heard this term a lot, is the BRRRR method. So what is the BRRRR method? No, it's not cold out. Obviously, I'm in Florida. The BRRRR method means you buy, you rehab, you rent, you refinance, and then you repeat. All right, so look for opportunities on your rentals where you can do that. Once you buy a property, can you improve it somehow, some way? Make it nicer to get the rents up, add more bedrooms to get the rents up. If you can do that, you are forcing the appreciation, all right? You are making the appreciation happen quicker than it would if you just waited for the market. When you do that, you get to refinance quicker. You can pull your money out. That initial money you used, the 25% or so down payment you used to get the deal, you can pull that out on the refinance after you've increased the value through getting higher rents. Well, guess what? Now you have none of your own money in this property anymore, right? It's providing infinite returns at that point, and you've got your money back and you can go repeat it over here. That's how a lot of people have built up massive rental portfolios. There's a lot of other ways to make money in real estate investing. I'm gonna cover those in the rest of this 10-part series. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.